Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, New Harbor. Good morning, Apple Valley. Good morning, Delano. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister. And Payless Shoe Sources Employee of the Month. You could pay more, but why? Kendall Mark.
And you can pay less.
I know.
Hello.
Now when I do our greeting, I think of that lovely lady who gets irritated by our greeting.
Oh, but I like it so much.
I know. How you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. Today was bittersweet, though.
It was. So if you're watching us from other parts, you have news stations there, and you know anchors come and go sometimes, but that happens with some frequency. But sometimes anchors are very special to their colleagues, special to the community, and this is one of those times. So if you will allow me just a few minutes to say goodbye to a friend. She checks all those boxes. She checks all the boxes I just said. And her name is Dawn Stevens. Today was Dawn's last day anchoring the Fox 9 Morning News, our base station here in Minneapolis. And after, what is it, 15 years?
15
years. And I can speak to Dawn because Dawn and I are friends. And Dawn had the severe misfortune of being paired with me on the 4:30 a.m. news. That's Dawn critiquing my shoes right there. There's Dawn. This is my last day. And Dawn, the caption above her head was, "Please leave now." This is us, I think, sampling some products. I have no idea. And this is my face knowing that this was going to be Dawn's last day. All joking aside, here's the deal. Yeah, look at us. Just the shenanigans. Look at that
Goobers.
set. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, here's the deal. I feel like I've told every story there is to be told. I make a joke of that with the producers. When I start to go on to a story, executive producer Jeff goes, "Yeah, here's that story again." But I really don't think this is a story I've ever told before, and it has to do with Dawn. In 2010, when they decided to do a 4:30 a.m. news, I had never really been a news anchor before. I had been in TV a long time, but as an entertainment reporter, a movie reviewer, feature reporter, I mean, they put me at every, 100-year-old birthday party, every Hollywood premiere. I did it all, but I was never a news anchor. And the boss at the time, Bill Dahlman, BD, had faith in me and said, "You know what?" I was doing the 9 a.m. buzz, which was a lighter show, and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna put this goofball and turn him into a news anchor, and let's see how this goes." The truth of the matter is, if I'm being very, very honest, there were very few people who believed in me. Executive producer Jeff was one of them. BD was another one, and Dawn was the other. And this means a lot to me because I'm aware, and I'm not throwing shade, but I'm just being brutally honest. There were a lot of people who didn't want me at the anchor desk. There were a lot of people who tried to sabotage me, and Dawn never did that. And I verified that with people. That Dawn never did that to me, and she had a lot of faith in me, and that took a lot because she was a serious news anchor, and now she's here, and you're going to make me cry even more. By the way, Seattle, that was Dawn.
That lovely lady.
Seattle, that's what Dawn looked like. Other markets, that's what Dawn looks like. But no, and that's, that speaks to Dawn. Dawn could have been like, "I don't want this goofball next to me." Dawn had the great Tom Butler next to her, and she didn't need to deal with me. But I remember the first breaking news story that we had to do. It was something about a ship that ran into the ground, or I don't know what it was. It was something, ran aground, and we had to cover it. And it was my first big breaking news. And Dawn had my back and never doubted me. And it meant the world. It means the world. And there are very few people like Dawn with that type of integrity in this business. There's a lot of weasels and snakes and backstabbers, but none of those words can be used to describe my friend. So for that reason and 1,500 other reasons, it's a really sad day in this building. But here's the good news, and I'm gonna end on a really positive note. She's going on to do great things. She's gonna be shining a spotlight on Black-owned businesses and pairing those businesses with companies and people that can make those businesses even better than they already are. And my God, can you ask for a better thing to do? And that company, what's it called?
Alpha Mission.
Alpha Mission. If they're watching, I just need to tell you, you're damn lucky to have this woman. You're really, really lucky to have this woman because, I can't wait to see what she does for the businesses and your shared mission. So on behalf of all of us, I think I'm the last person to do a tribute today. There will be an overnight tribute to Dawn. You can see that later. Just joking.
Probably.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you. I love you, Dawn. One more note. We're also losing another person today. She's retiring, though, Sherry Randall. Now, I'm going to quickly mention her. Sherry Randall is retiring. She's a money person. Now, let me tell you, you know how I feel about executives. They're horrible people. They're just slimy, and I hate them. But Sherry and the money people are worse. Hey, they're like little goblins. They sit up there on their pot of money, and they don't share it with anybody. Sherry was always a great ally of ours. If we wanted a couch, Sherry would get us a couch. If we needed a plant, Sherry would get us a plant. So much so that because she's out the door and she doesn't care anymore, I slipped her 100 and she put in some set enhancements in the current budget. Anyway, two great people. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. So, I fibbed yesterday. I told you we were done with this story, but there's just a couple big developments, and then we'll be done. Here we go. Wanda Sykes was on Ellen yesterday. She was one of the hosts for the Oscars, you know that, and she talked about her reaction to the incident. Look.
It was absolutely, I physically felt ill, and I'm still a little traumatized by it.
Me too.
Yeah, because and for them to let him stay in that room and enjoy the rest of the show and accept his award, I was like, how gross is this? This is just the wrong message, you know? Like, you assault somebody, you get escorted out the building, and that's it. You know, we were the host, right? So we were this is our house, we're inviting you in, we're hosts, we're gonna take care of y'all tonight. Make sure you have a good time. And no one has apologized to us. And we worked really hard to put that show together. So, yeah, so I'm like,
that's why
I'm like the industry itself. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, I saw Chris, at Guy's party. And as soon as I walked up to him, the first thing he said was, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, why are you apologizing? He's like, it was supposed to be your night. It was you and Amy and Regina, y'all were doing such a great job. I'm so sorry. This is now going to be about this. Because that's who Chris is.
Chris is.
I know. I was saying this to Jeff. I know. I see the eye rolls when anyone, normal folks, see celebrities, go, oh, it's such hard work. My feeling is, and this is just a different way to think of it, work is work is work. Hard work is hard work is hard work. And so I don't roll my eyes when she goes, I worked hard to produce, to host that show. I get it. Because put yourself, this is how I connect it to our normal selves. What if you were a parent and your little girl was in her first production of a play and she was the witch or Dorothy, and two parents got into a fight during that production and took away your daughter or your son's big day. Or you, as an adult, you are working at an ad firm and you're at an award ceremony for ad folks, and you and your team win ad marketing campaign of the year, and two dingle dorks start rolling around on the ground, not sex, fighting, and they start rolling around, taking the focus off you. My point is, I get where she's coming from. I thought Wanda Sykes spoke very eloquently about it, and I can't stand the hate that she's getting for that. People online. It's like she can have another opinion.
Right.
She can side with Chris Rock. That's all right.
Especially when you were there and you witnessed it.
Thank you. The Academy says they're launching an investigation, and for the first time they revealed they asked Will to leave the award show, but he refused. So, next in the dish, sad news in the world of Hollywood. This is a hit, especially for folks my age. Bruce Willis is retiring from acting after 4 decades. His family said that Bruce has been diagnosed with aphasia. The condition affects his ability to understand or express speech. Anytime I see that word, it's a little sad to me. My grandma Mazak, not the grandma of Betty and Earl's, but the grandma that I watched Alice with that I refer to, she suffered from that toward the end of her life. It's actually what led to us losing her. And so I hear that word and it breaks my heart because I hate when people say I know how you feel. It's not great.
Well, you've seen it firsthand.
Yeah. And I thought it was really lovely though. Look at this. Look at the statement. The current wife, the ex-wife, and all the daughters. Right? They signed it all. They signed as one big. I know, one big family. It's nice to see that.
It is in a world of everybody's fighting.
Everybody fighting. The wives coming together just for Bruce. That's really nice. It's sad but nice to see. Yeah. So it's weird. It's just when people stars of your generation start to get old and they start to suffer. Anyway, I swear, I cried already. I swear we'll pick up the party. Here, I have 2 words for you. Many words for you. Producer Ted's skincare routine.
Oh, Lord.
We'll be right back. Coming up next, Backstreet's back. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong group. Is NSync sending us cryptic messages about a possible reunion? Dirty Pop. We will investigate. Then, for the rest of the hour, it is another Jason Show staff-a-palooza. And today, once again, we're going to unveil our latest best things ever. The lotions, potions, shows, places, and things we are loving, and we hope you will too. What are they? You'll find out when we come back. Welcome back, friends. Sweater Thursday. Kind of look like a blood clot, don't I?
No. What?
It was a full circle moment on the Late Show last night. Ben Schwartz from Sonic 2. Did you know they made another one of those rodent movies? Little hedgehog things? Was Steven's guest, and that is our late night rewind.
But I heard today that this is our first interview. This is not your first time in the Ed Sullivan Theater. No. Can you explain that photograph right there? Tell the people.
Don't know why you're laughing. I don't understand why people are laughing.
Whose desk is that?
This is David Letterman. I was a page at the Late Show with David Letterman. Are there pages here somewhere in the audience or no? Yeah! Hey!
Pages.
Do not cut to them. Do not cut to them. They didn't deserve it. Do not cut away. No. No. That's so rude. A year and a half, and they never cut to me when I was a page.
So how did you get
There's been a fun, now I'm saying this and I don't have any names right off the top of them. Oh, Regis Philbin. There's been a long, fun history of pages in the entertainment, where The Price is Right, that have gone on. Regis Philbin was a page for a show and went on to be, there's a lot of entertainment people that started out as pages.
What is a page again exactly?
Basically, my understanding, it changes over the years, but they unlike an intern, it's different from an intern, they bring the audience down or they escort guests. They're like The Price is Right. They basically help with the studio audiences in some circumstances. By the way, if you so care, The Hedgehog 2 comes out next week.
Yay!
Can't wait. Show trip.
Are they on the show tomorrow?
No. Our hot dish continues now with our insider to the stars. He loves rodents too. From the Hollywood Raw podcast, it's Dax Holt. Hi, Dax.
Hello. Good morning, Jason. How are you?
Dax, look at that electric blue you're wearing. It's very
like
nice.
That? Nice and bright.
It is, just like your personality. You had a TikTok / radio star on your show.
Yes, we did. So his name is Brew. A lot of people know him as Brew on the radio, but he's huge on radio. Number one, he's syndicated all across the country, but he's also really, really popular on TikTok. He's got millions and millions of followers on there. And so I work with him because I see him in the hallways where I do my other show, Pod Sauce, and so invited him on. And the dude is just crushing it, Jason.
Really?
Like, he's 25 years old. He's already syndicated across the country.
Oh.
Where it makes you sick is when we were talking to him about TikTok, and once you start having millions of followers. So he said, you know, my goal was to get 1 million followers. And then he goes, well, I hit 1 million. 4 days later, I hit 2 million. And then it's just continued. He says he now makes more money
No, Dax,
on TikTok
Dax,
than
don't
in
say
radio.
It. What?
Yes.
Okay, but how? Did he say, but how does this, Dax, first of all, we did it wrong, and number two, how?
So it's all of the integrations and ads that they work into TikTok, and you know, I guess you can get advertisers to sponsor you if you're making if you got tons of followers. And so he's like, yeah, I get a lot more money than my normal day job at this point. I mean, he obviously still loves radio, that's his thing. But the interesting thing about him is, you know, a lot of brands are looking to work with these big TikTokers. He goes, well, the advantage with me is I'm already a professional host and DJ and all these things. So I'm like kind of a double benefit for a lot of these advertisers. And I'm like, oh my God, this is brilliant.
You see,
not only that, let me tell you what he was just hired for. To host the red carpet for Vanity Fair at the Vanity Fair after party at the Oscars.
Well, I'm glad he's doing it. Those shows are awful. I mean, you know, that ABC thing, that was a dumpster fire. So I'm glad an actual broadcaster like Brew is doing it.
But to me, I'm like, you're 25 years old and you're working the
I know.
Vanity Fair party.
I know.
I'm like, what have I done wrong in my life?
I know.
I'm just kidding. It's crazy how successful, how quickly it's become for him.
I don't know about you, Dax, but like this segment, I'd be willing to wear like Mountain Dew underwear. I'd slap a Valvoline oil logo on you in 2 seconds, you know?
I slap it on me too. Let's do this.
Bring
on the money.
Betty Crocker on your forehead.
But I did ask him, I said, you know, like this fame, this wealth, it's all come to you so quickly. What was your first big purchase now that you are doing really well? And he goes, you know, I wanted to take my sister on a trip to Hawaii. So he's like, I splurged and I did the entire trip. I paid for everything. And he took his sister to Hawaii, which
That's
he was
nice.
really excited about.
Well, Dax, thank you. I'm going to work on those sponsorships for us, okay?
Sounds good, Jason. Just call me. Let me know.
I will.
I got room to advertise right here.
Me too, right here. Thank you, buddy. Dax Holt, everybody. Subscribe to the Hollywood Raw podcast. Seriously, Kendall.
25.
No, not about that. Why
What?
can't I get sweater people? Why can't my sweaters be sponsored?
I don't know. You got to talk to someone else.
No, we don't have a money person anymore. Sherry left.
Oh.
By the way, speaking of our employees, right about now, there's an employee meeting going on in the next studio. Does anybody find that odd?
Mandatory.
Amanda, come back to me, Leo. Does your company do this to you? Do they schedule all employee meetings when you can't go? Hey, Leo, are you there, Director Leo?
Hi, Jason.
Leo, do we have a camera overhead in that room?
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't put it on TV.
Why, are they naked?
No.
Okay, what are they? How many people are in there?
35.
Do they have cookies?
Yeah. Do you see treats in there, Leo?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Leo, the minute you see cold cuts and shrimp in there, call us, okay?
I'll go get them.
Just hysterical to me. Next on the dish. Someone check Shane's pulse. That's Shane, remember?
Yeah.
That's Kindle #1. That's original recipe. Kindle is extra crispy. right there. I don't mean to compare you to a bucket of chicken, but
I'd prefer to be hot sauce, but it's fine.
is that a real flavor at the KFC?
I don't know, spicy.
Okay, fine. Shayna's original recipe, your spicy chicken.
Hi.
Hi. Somebody check her pulse because there are rumblings that NSYNC could be getting the band back together. On the Twitter, the band posted a cryptic message saying, Volume 7, something is coming. Now, we have not a bloody clue what that means. I mean, it could be, they could be going on tour, but they have to convince JT to do it because Timberlake hasn't been with them in a while. But nobody likes him anymore, so he should do it, you know?
People don't like him?
He's having a rough couple years.
Oh, that's true. I still don't think that he'll do it. I think it'll be the 4.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, they did, so Spice
What's
Girls.
he doing?
I know, but remember Spice Girls got back together, but they really only did the one thing.
Yeah.
For, the Olympics, and then it was just the 4, and it just wasn't the same.
It's not the same.
You gotta have them all.
Yeah. You're not really Spice Girls. You're like the Basil Girls. You know what I mean? You're like the cumin.
Yeah.
You're a couple spices.
Right. It's like when you forget the butter. Like you need the butter.
Did you like NSYNC? Were you an NSYNCer?
I was, but I was Backstreet Boy, like Team Backstreet Boy when we'd have those fights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like fights like in the back alley, like West Side Story?
For real. On the playground. It was intense.
Next in the dish, the Spider-Man universe is expanding with Morbius. And the reviews are in for this movie, and they are cringy. Before we show them to you, here's a clip from Morbius.
Michael, what have you done?
I was trying to help people. But the cure. It's a curse.
Michael.
I have powers that can only be described as superhuman. But there's a cost. Now, I face a choice. To hunt and consume blood. Or die.
We all have monsters within us. It's up to us to control it.
Okay. Jared Leto is Morbius. He's a brilliant scientist who suffers from a rare blood disease and becomes a vampire.
No. Really?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yes, actually.
Why are you laughing? That's what happens.
Because it sounds funny.
Yeah.
Then he becomes a vampire.
That's right. Like some of our bosses.
Twilight.
Reviews haven't been kind to the new film. IGN says it lacks fangs and bite. I thought that said something else. That's why I'm laughing. Games Radar Online says a Marvel movie that will inspire utter indifference. That's what the Star Tribune says about our show. That's what Neil Justin says. They actually don't write about us, so it's fine. Neil hasn't written about us since we debuted. Variety says Jared Leto in a vampire supervillain origin story that's neither original nor a good story. And The Guardian out of London says it's ludicrously pointless. Again, that was in a review of our show by the Star Tribune.
Ludicrously.
Hey, it's time to meet today's JVIP. It's Nicholas Bautista. And Nicholas says, from bubblegum questions to skijoring, I feel your pain about big feet, Jason. Thank you. That's the first time I've ever had that written to me. You've been an hour of laughter from the day-to-day of caring for my mom, you, Kendall, Shane, Ted, Eric, Leo, and yes, even Oliver the Otter have been nothing but fantastic, and I hope you stay on the air in Seattle for a very long time. Nicholas, that's so nice of you. We appreciate our Washington folks, too. Nicholas, you get a Jason Show mug and enter to win the monthly grand prize that includes coming to the studio. We can't pay airfare. I mean, Sherry's gone, so who knows? But anyway, to watch the show, $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World and a $200 gift card from Woodhouse Spa. Again, you'll have to fly here for all of that, but hey.
Use your points.
Again, use your points.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a prize, but you got to fly to come get it. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Look at this. This is we've never had this arrangement before. Look at this 3-shot. It's time again to share some of the things we're loving right now. Here's the deal. Oprah had her favorite things. We have best things ever. And today it's a Jason Show staff edition of Best Things Ever. We're all sharing our latest favorite things. Give it up for Kendall, executive producer Jeff, and producer Ted. There we go. Hello, friends. Hey, Ted, do me a favor. Turn around. Is the meeting still going on?
Leo, I think if we pan up just a little bit, we might be able to get a little glimpse.
But it's still going on, Ted?
Oh, by the way, there are treats. I spotted them.
Yeah, there are.
Leo.
Yeah, there are treats. Okay, I'm going to go first, and mine is actually a show. This can, because these can be lotions, potions, places, restaurants. Now, this show's been airing for years. 19 seasons actually on the Food Network, but now every single episode is available on Discovery Plus, and it is Robert Irvine's Restaurant Impossible. Robert, let's get to work, travels to struggling restaurants across the country to help them out, and it always, and this is always great, don't roll it yet, Leo, it always starts with Robert testing the food, and inevitably the food falls out of his mouth like this. Like that. Look.
Chicken masala. It's got a good masala. It actually tastes very good, but there are far too many processed foods. We got a cheeseburger here with frozen fries, garbage cheese, ribs. The meat tastes old, and the jar barbecue sauce. The service sucks. No management or leadership. That's why this restaurant is failing.
So that was Irvine at Pier West Restaurant in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. That was some earlier seasons because I can always tell by Robert's hair because he has gray hair now. So that's probably seasons 1 through 10 is what I'm thinking. I love the show for so many reasons. One, it's a great show to put on in the background, and I love a good transformation. I love a good makeover show. And what I like about their makeovers of these restaurants, because they only get 2 days, is the fact that they have a pretty good budget. Not so much in the earlier years. They basically use construction paper and cardboard. But in the later seasons, their restorations and remodels of the restaurants are pretty fantastic, and they don't waste any money. Well, look at this one. I mean, the new flooring, and we all know how much flooring costs. Oh yeah, look at his hair. This is, and I love him. He's the engineer, Tom. He just had a couple babies. I love Tom. What? Why are you laughing at Jeff?
You know more about the cast of Restaurant Impossible than
than employees here at Fox 9.
Yes.
I don't know half of the nighttime producers.
Half.
Whatever, Ted, I heard that.
Oh, but Tom has a new baby.
I know them. But Jeff, you were saying you watched Restaurant Impossible.
I only like the first, I like it all, but my favorite are the first 20 minutes where he goes in and eats the food and hates it always.
Oh.
It's my favorite.
There's nothing, and then he screams, he comes in, and he looks around and he surveys the land. He's like, oh, it smells like oysters. Oh, look at this garbage, look at this mob. And then he screams for the owners to come in. Cheryl, Robert, come in here. And then the owners come in, and inevitably, he's going to read them upside down and sideways, and they have to just grin and bear it. And never, ever does he like everything. He rarely likes even one thing. Like I just watched an episode last night, and he had a hamburger in front of him. He had pancakes. He had fried chicken, and he had a pie. The only thing he liked was the crust of the pie. It was fantastic. And it's just good TV. It's good reality TV. And I like him as a host. I just love Robert Irvine. Kendall, have you ever watched any of these?
I haven't, but I'm wondering, is this one of those shows where I'm going to get frustrated as the viewer because he's always yelling at everyone, or is it more constructive?
Okay, very good question, because like Gordon Ramsay, who I also love, he can come sometimes as across as like a little meanie.
Right.
No, Robert is very tough love, but he means well. For instance, the most frustrating thing, the common thread that runs through a lot of these episodes with the owners is the fact that they don't understand the fundamental thing about running a restaurant, and that is pricing their food.
Really? Something that simple?
Oh.
Seemingly simple.
Oh, they don't know how to, because when you price a food item, cost of goods, labor, utilities, that all goes into pricing a plate of food. So you always want it to be, you want your profit margin to be a certain amount for you to make any money. I would say 3/4 of the owners have fundamentally no idea how to do that. And he's blunt with them, but at the very end, it's tough love. And you'll see they show the credits at the end. They'll do an update about 6 weeks later. You know, sales are up 20%, 20, 30%. Or some of them, they don't listen to Robert and they go back into the turlet. Yeah.
Do you know what the show, do you remember Tabitha's Takeover on Bravo?
Tabitha's Salon Takeover.
Oh, that show should come back.
It was.
She was so good on that show.
I was in one of those episodes. You remember that, Jeff?
Which one?
Oh,
Jungle Red Salon?
The Jungle Red Salon. I was in a fashion show.
What?
Yeah, I was in an episode. Well, I don't know why me in a fashion show makes all of you laugh.
That was the one. That was the one where the owner slept in the salon because she couldn't afford her rent.
Yes.
Or something. I don't want to be wrong on that.
No, I think you're right. She was a nice lady, but yeah. Anyway.
Question.
Yes.
Who is it? The customers who are like, come in and fix this restaurant, or is it the owners?
The owners.
Okay.
The owners. They beg for help from Robert. Yeah, they submit their application. So, I shared my best thing ever, which is Restaurant Impossible on Discovery Plus. Still to come, Kendall, Jeff, and Ted. And you're not going to want to miss Ted. Just, there we go. Thank you, Ted. There's a hint. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Welcome back. It's our staff best thing ever extravaganza, and now it's producers Ted's turn. Ted Talk. Ted's turn. And Ted, I hear this has something to do with your skin.
It's a very thorough skincare routine.
Oh, Lord.
You know, we have great makeup people here at Fox 9.
We do?
Yeah, so they kind of prescribed.
Where are they?
A routine.
Ted, I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't know if you've been told, we don't have makeup people here at Fox 9.
Who are those people then?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, Kendall knows this, but sometimes my skin can get a little scaly.
Ted, why would Kendall know this, Ted?
She sits next to me in the meeting and goes, "Your hands are gross."
They need lotion.
So, and she's not the only one who has said that before. So, recently I underwent a skin transformation. And it involved, it's actually a throwback to what you and Jeff talked about a few years ago. It's Kiehl's Ultimate Strength Hand Salve.
Yeah!
And this stuff is just, this is money. Every day, put it on my hands, and it is like a glove goes over top of my hands and protects them.
Ted, I am so proud of you.
And look at that, Leo.
Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in. Whatever
beauty.
you do.
Kendall,
just beautiful.
Look at his paws. They look. Ted, those are fine-looking paws.
Yes, thank you.
That stuff though is so good.
Right, Jeff? It is. I like a lot of the Kiehl's products. The eye depuffer. And by the way, Leo, take Ted full for me, please. Take Ted full.
Full.
Leo. There we go. Thank you, Ted. You knew I was. Look at the graphics behind Ted. I love it. Anyway, Kendall, have you ever used Kiehl's?
I've only borrowed yours. I use that Working Hands. Very similar. It's
Okay.
It's nice, neutral.
Ted, is that the only Kiehl's product you're using, or are you stopping
It is the only Kiehl's product I'm using. My next product is not a Kiehl's product.
Okay.
Kiehl's is not cheap, so it's an investment, but you know, your hands are important. So anywho, the next part is my face. Because you know what, we use our face a lot.
It's true.
For what?
And so I've been using, and it was just dried out all the time. So now I've been using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost water gel. This stuff feels amazing, and it does wonders. It does wonders for your face.
Ted, I am so proud of you for starting. Now, how often do you use the face gel?
In the morning. So I use the face gel before I put the product in my hair.
Wait, is that a morning product though, or is that an evening product? Do we need to go over this?
I'm not sure. I don't get too in depth with that. I use it in the morning.
It looks like an evening
It
product,
might be.
but we could work
How
on
does it
this.
look like an evening?
Yeah, Kendall, how do you know it looks like an evening product?
The way that they usually they label and put them in the little boxes are usually evening products. I'm a woman. I've been working with this stuff since I was 12.
Kendall, let's not look a gift Ted in the mouth. You know what I mean?
Ted, I'm really proud of you, though. I
We
really
want
am.
a moisturized Ted.
We want Ted, Kendall. I think we just want a moisturized Ted. Okay.
I should quit.
Okay, Ted, is that it?
That is it. I've been using these two things regularly for the last 2-3 weeks.
Nice.
And my world has been changed.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Next is your feet, Ted, right?
Oh, God, no.
No.
Sure.
Can we not show Ted's feet?
Okay.
Jeff and Kendall when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Our Jason Show team is back together. So Ted, I'll see you, Kendall, telling you that your hands and face are scaly and lizard-like, and I'll raise you. I stepped out and I snuck into our employee meeting that we weren't invited to.
Ooh.
And you know, today's Dawn Stevens' last day, so they've been running old promos from about 10 years ago. Some of them feature yours truly. And as I was exiting the employee meeting with my cookie, one of the photographers, I won't say who, Russ, looked at me and said, "Yeah, you see those promos? Yeah, you sure were thin back then."
Oh.
Stab my eyes out now.
One
Thanks.
of about 3 things you never say to me if you want me in a good mood. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I love our team. Okay, it's our latest best thing ever. Thank you. Okay, sometimes Leo's sleeping and sometimes he's Johnny come quickly. It's Kendall's turn. What do we have, Kendall?
Okay, so it's that time of year when the dogs are shedding like excessively, and in my house it's a big deal because, as we've learned, I'm kind of a clean freak. This is called the Furminator. It is my favorite tool. Jeff is laughing, but it's
I thought
true.
it was a Ted skincare routine.
How did you?
It's not.
This is actual footage of Ted.
In the morning.
This is Kendall with Ted this morning.
Is the makeup artist. That's Ted's cousin.
What is that?
That's the fur that comes off your dog. Okay, honestly, this product is something that my vet recommended to me when we first got our dogs, just with, here's how you take care of your pet, you should do this, you should do that. And she said, this will really help because it gets into that undercoat. It doesn't just brush off the top coat of hair, it gets in the undercoat, it doesn't hurt them at all, but you get so much hair off, like you saw in that video. It's like disgustingly satisfying, like picking a hangnail, or popping a zit, you're like, this is so nice. Anyway, it's also really great. It doesn't hurt the dogs. They like being brushed, and it just takes off all that extra fur that would otherwise end up in your house.
The look at Ted. The results are clear.
Yeah,
Look
the
at that.
Furminator worked very well on Ted. We skipped his beard.
Is it manual or is it like electric?
It's manual, so there's a little, you saw her push the thing down and the hair came out. There's a release tab that you can use, but I just pull it out. But honestly, if you've got a dog, it's it's more expensive than a normal just like $2 brush.
Yeah, they are expensive.
It's about 20-ish bucks, I think,
not
but
bad.
I'm telling you, it is the most worthwhile investment ever to save your house.
Can you bring it in and try it on Ted?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I do love that. It's obvious that Jeff is Ted Kendall. It's
But
obvious,
only my back.
It's obvious Jeff is not a pet owner because he asked if it was manual or electric.
What?
I mean,
Electric
like you're
boogaloo.
gonna put your
Plug
dog.
it in.
You're not gonna put your dog through a manual brusher.
No, I meant like plug it in, then it's like
A
vibrates
razor,
or something.
like a razor.
That's another best thing ever. Our final best thing is from executive producer Jeff.
All right, I love kitchen gadgets. I've talked about my air fryer that he still makes fun of until he bought one. And
I've
he
never
realized
heard
it.
about this.
I know.
What's an air fryer?
Well, today I have this. Does anyone know what that is?
Well,
It's like a torture device.
Well, okay. So what this is, it's a lettuce chopper. And I got this on Target.com for less than $10. And seriously, watch. Okay, so you know you get those big chunks of lettuce in your boxes? Don't laugh, you do. And they're so annoying to eat because you get it all over your mouth. This thing, okay, this was hard to film because I was holding the camera with one hand and chopping with the other.
That's what he said last time.
So, but anyway, okay, so this thing will just chop and chop and chop, and it's so easy, and it's so easy to clean. And you get nice little chunks of lettuce. If you go to Subway or other restaurants that have chopped salads, they have those big blades that do it for you.
Yeah.
This thing though, it has 2 blades and they work like that. You just push them down and they're done. You can put mix-ins in there and it chops the carrots, chops the chicken, the onions, everything.
Is it, okay, now wait a minute. The fixins, is it sharp enough to cut the fixins?
I mean, if you have a hard carrot, it might not work. Which I don't know.
Jeff said it would work.
I don't know where the soft carrots live, but The other good thing is, it's not metal. If you chop lettuce with a knife or like a blade, it sometimes turns the lettuce brown.
Yeah, because we joked with Jeff, we said in the meeting, we said, what happened to what's wrong with a good old-fashioned knife?
It turns the lettuce brown. No one wants brown lettuce.
But don't you eat it like right away?
Well, what if you're chopping it for a shindig or a party?
Wasn't it like that night?
Oh my God, too many questions. Anyway.
Is the dishwasher safe?
Mine is, I think it's called like the Vibin Chef or something like that. That's the name of it.
It wasn't the prompter. Roll back prompter. There we go.
The Vibin Chef. And it's like $9.50. I've already bought 2 as gifts.
You have?
Yeah. For family members. I mean, it's not like Jason,
okay.
I would get one. But,
yeah. I would accept your Vibin Chefin'.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you go buy your own lettuce and chop it yourself?
Oh, absolutely not. That's what Colin's
You have
for.
people for that.
I have people for that.
This is an honest question. Is it dishwasher safe? Because I'm kind of lazy.
Yeah. Everything I own in the world is dishwasher safe.
It just looked like you were cutting the same cuts.
Well, no, it's just cutting the big leaves into smaller leaves.
Ted, do you even eat lettuce?
Next question.
See, like,
That's
why
a
do you
no,
care?
Kendall. Kendall, he doesn't eat lettuce. He doesn't eat kale or lettuce. No. That's
But
why.
it's cheaper to buy big heads of lettuce and cut it yourself, people.
Yeah,
Bing,
other
bing.
than the kits, yeah.
Yes.
How long have you had that?
Since like Christmas time.
Oh, okay. There we go.
That's really exciting.
Give it up for Kendall, Ted, and Jeff, everybody. If you missed any of these favorite things, we'll be posting this segment and the whole show actually on YouTube. So subscribe to our YouTube page or on our Facebook page, Jason Show TV. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back, friends. It is time for the world's shortest segment. Hi. Fans of the movie Sandlot, hi. Getting all the feels this morning. Actor Patrick Renna is best known for playing Ham in the classic baseball film. He shared a photo of himself with his 4-year-old on Instagram. Renna has a younger son as well, and he says he's already watched The Sandlot with his kids several times. How great is that? Next year, by the way, 30th anniversary of The Sandlot. Wow. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. 30th. Oh, my goodness. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for the surprise goodbye.
On it today.
He goes on it today, girl. We don't know what's in this segment until now. Weird Al is sending birthday greetings to his good friend and comedy legend Eric Idle. Look at this.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Eric Idle. Happy birthday to
That is great! You can order your own smash-up video card from Weird Al through American Greetings for a fee. That is great!
Oh,
I love that.
He's such a goober.
He
that
is.
Weird Al.
Did you get your cookie from the employee meeting that we weren't invited to?
Yep, so now I've had a donut, a cookie, and a piece of cake.
Oh, wow.
Before 11 a.m.
Oh, because we've had a lot of goodbyes today, so yes.
It's been sad. I'm eating my feelings.
Yeah. Well, I will miss you. I'm going to spend the next 15 seconds saying this. I'm going to be off for a few days because it's my husband's birthday. So I just want to say that to Colin, happy birthday. He puts up with a lot. And living with me is not easy. So happy birthday, love you, and we're going to Vegas. So wish us luck. I'll come back very, very tomorrow on the show. Kendall and Pierre will fill in, and they're talking to Meredith Vieira. And the folks from the Midwest Dairy will join us with the 3 malt flavors competing for a spot at the fair. Right now, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. I'll see you on Wednesday. Support Kendall for the next few days. Bye, everybody.